Buggy has been around nearly 100 years. The event has changed dramatically since its early years, but its current day form is pretty similar to the buggy of even 30 years ago. Ann Wichner has been at CMU since the 1970s, and she can testify that the one thing that has remained constant with buggy is the spirit surrounding it.
I laugh when I come and help with buggy now, and I'm driving. If I'm in the car or something and drive up, it could be any year. It looks the same to me. Down at the start line, or I'm not sure they're that much faster because it's different people. It's different people, and even though alums are helping, no, I think it's pretty much the same intensity. Same enthusiasm. I'd say it's pretty much the same.
There have been shifts and trends in winning teams through the years.
Spirit's been a great story. They mid to late 80s, they came into existence, and for the first part of the 90s, they hold the course record, but they were, someone to be reckoned with. In the 70s, Beta had winning buggies. I think in the 50s and 60s, ATO, which is a fraternity that's no longer here, they were the winning house. So it's kind of fun to see how this changes. Pike has been the winningest house, and they've done real well for as long as they've been doing buggy. And now, according to the Tartan, there's a resurgence of the independent organizations who have a good chance this year, and that's fun to see. So from my perspective, I think it's nice that there's been some shifts in organizations doing pretty well, because it's sort of healthy competition, and I think it's kind of nice that it lets other organizations who might be happy with 8th, 9th, and 10th place know there's a chance. Because I can remember when Fringe, who did real well for years, came in within the top 10 about 5 years ago, and they were thrilled. And their goal over the next couple of years, and now that's a reality, has been to, be part of the top 6.
Through the years, new organizations have joined the buggy competition. It's tough being the new kid on the block in such a well-established organization, but at least early on in the year, new organizations can find a helping hand in the senior buggy participants.
And that is shown forth. Usually new buggy organizations, and Spirit's an example, and some fraternities that have never had buggies, they're examples of wanting to start, and other organizations help them. So there's really this camaraderie, but when it comes down to the last month of spring, when people are really vying and seeing Raceday, pretty close up, the competitive edge comes out. But I would say, in the fall, people are pretty excited to get more organizations on board. Everybody's under the same umbrella. It's not like Midway, where fraternities are together. There's fraternity competition, independent competition, sorority competition, and here you're racing against the clock. It's not like Greek versus independence. It's just the clock. I sort of like that, because I was surprised that happened. So they evolved that way, but I think it's a good thing.
There's no doubt, though, that some teams have an advantage when it comes to funds and resources.
Yeah, to some degree, because if they're getting funding from Senate, there's stipulations on how much they can get, and their argument can be, not Senate, but the organization, fraternity has more clout, so organizations are figuring out creative ways that they can get access to more funds, or do they need more funds, because they don't have to disclose what they spend on their buggy, but it's pretty well known that some of the fraternities, are able to rely on alumni to do all kinds of things that enable them, things that might cost money, but there's not like money transacted. It's just, and that's the way it is, and I think that's well known. Independents might not have that luxury, but they're certainly overcoming it, And then there is some alumni support with some of the organizations. I would say there is, but I think it's good. I think it goes to show that it's not just a Greek event like it used to be. It's for everyone and anyone.